Spider-Man and the Computer Crimes. While at high school, brilliant science student Peter Parker was bitten by a spider which had accidentally been exposed to radioactive rays. Through a miracle of science, Peter found that he had gained the spider's powers and had in effect become the Amazing Spider-Man. Peter, while still a student, freelances as a photographer for the Daily Bugle, published by the irascible J. Jonah Jameson. But no one knows, no one, that Peter Parker is indeed Spider-Man, working on the side of law and order. This story of the Amazing Spider-Man begins at police headquarters on a Friday at 9:15 a.m., where we find J. Jonah Jameson about to join a press conference being held by the district attorney. He has ordered Peter Parker to come along in case there are some pictures to be taken. Peter is 3 seconds late for the appointment.
Hi, Mr. Jameson.
Come on, Parker, snap it up. For the kind of money I pay you to take pictures, you can at least be prompt.
For the money he pays me? What money? If it cost $1 to go around the world, I couldn't get across the street. Okay, Mr. J. Now, gentlemen, now that we're assembled, I'm certain you all know why I called you here today.
Well, I, for one, haven't got time to play guessing games, Mr. District Attorney. Let's just get this over with. I got a publishing empire to run, you know.
Ah, Mr. Jameson, glad you could join us. I believe you'll find what I'm about to show you most intriguing.
Well, get on with it.
I noticed your paper covered the death of Dr. Bradley Bolton a few days ago, Mr. Jameson, so you know, of course, that Bolton was working with our own Dr. Armstrong Smith to construct a specialist computer. Now, if you'll all just follow me, I'll take you to the computer room. It's a mechanism designed to catalog all worldwide habitual offenders. We call it WHO, and now that it's completed, it will be of inestimable help in deterring crime in our street. But Dr. Smith can explain its working far better than I, which is why we've come here to the computer room. Oh, that's odd. It's locked. Dr. Smith? Dr. Smith, are you in there? There's no answer. But Smith was expecting us. Something must have happened in there. Officer Gillis, will you open that door, please?
Anything you say, sir.
Better get my camera ready just in case.
And just stand back, everybody, while I open the door.
Thank you, officer. Now, in we go. Now, let's see. Oh, my Lord!
Great Godfrey!
Dr. Armstrong Smith is dead.
The next morning's edition of the Daily Bugle carried banner headlines, "Murder at Police HQ," and underneath was a half-page picture of Dr. Smith, dead on the floor in front of his computer. Peter Parker and editor Robbie Robertson looked at it with a mixture of pride and regret.
Quite a photo, isn't it?
I'll say it is, Peter. Real Pulitzer material.
I only wish I hadn't been the one to take it. First, Bradley Bolton was slain, a man I knew and admired, and now his associate. Seems somebody doesn't want that computer put into action. Do the police have any leads, Robbie?
Not many, I'm afraid. Smith was apparently shot in the head with a small caliber weapon, but, well, believe it or not, they can't find the bullet. It appears someone killed Smith in a locked room, then disappeared into thin air with a murder weapon.
Oh, that's just swell.
The police don't even know where to start looking.
Well, maybe they don't know where to start looking, but I do. I still owe Bradley Bolton a debt, and it's time I repaid it. Here we go, Spider-Man. There are times when the gnashing, rusted wheels of bureaucracy can be sidestepped. The police are running around trying to find some clue when they could have all the clues handed to them on a silver plate in the computer room. Except they're afraid of tampering with the scene of the crime for fear they'll accidentally destroy one of the clues they can't find. So first of all, open the window and it's up to me to find out who done it. Now, inside and get to the crux of the matter. Bolton and Smith constructed this computer to contain the names of every possible suspect who could have committed a crime like this. So all I have to do is punch in all the pertinent information on the case and let their little brainchild do the rest. Ha, there you go. Now, according to the computer, those are the 3 creeps most likely to have murdered Dr. Smith. Jason Sledge, Leroy Talon, and Conrad Fox. And now it's up to me to track them down. Uh-huh. My spider sense is tingling. But this floor is usually deserted at night, so who could... Swell, it's a couple of cops.
I thought we heard something moving around in here, but we didn't expect to find you, Spider-Man.
Don't know what you're doing, Webhead, but just put them hands up fast, huh?
Anything you say, fella. I'll put my feet up, too, while I'm at it.
Hey, what are you doing?
It's called escaping, buddy. Something I'm fast becoming expert at. Now, you know I'd love to stick around and swap old police stories with you guys, but I've really got to run. You fellas just stay inside here and hold the fort.
Hey, you can't do that.
Hey, let's out of here.
Come on, let us out of
Sorry,
here.
boys, no time. Right now, I've got a date with 3 little rats, and one of them is gonna take the fall for murder!
Every major city has its underworld, and every underworld has its share of professional informers. One is Weasel Jack, and tonight business is picking up. Why? Our web-throwing hero has found him in a dirty side alley and lifted him by his coat collar 50 feet into the air, suspended over the trash cans and garbage below.
Evening, Weasel. I see you're still not using a mouthwash. Ugh.
Hey, Spider-Man, what do you want from me?
What does everybody want from you, Weasel? Information.
I can't.
Now you're gonna tell me where to find Jason Sledge, Leroy Talon, and Conrad Fox, or I'm gonna see how high you'll bounce.
No. I'll tell you everything you want to know. Honest.
As you will have guessed, dear listener, the hysterical stool pigeon has given Spidey the addresses. So 5 minutes later, on the Lower East Side...
Oh, Jason Sledge doesn't exactly hang out in high society, eh? Joe's Bar. I'll bet even the cockroaches can't wait to move out. But let's have a look at the rats inside.
Yeah, give us another. Hey, I tell you, Duke, you should have seen the look on that Jake's face when I pulled my blade on him in the alley, and...
Evening.
Who?
The name's Spider-Man. Handsome. I'm looking for a hired killer called Jason Sledge. Either of you Mr. World rejects seen him lately?
And what if we have, little man? We don't have to tell you nothing. You ain't a cop. In fact, you ain't much of anything.
Oh?
Yeah, I heard a lot about you, Shorty. But here's where I prove it's all a load of... Hey, that's not fair!
No sweat, Duke. I'll take him. Come on, wall crawler.
Now, Chuckles, there's nothing worse than an overblown, overbearing, overconfident muscle mind.
You toss Benji like a wiffle ball. I'm gonna grind you into hamburger meat.
Okay, if that's the way you want it. But don't say I didn't warn you. 2 down and 1 to go. So, bartender, are you gonna tell me where to find Sledge, or am I gonna dance the hustle on your face?
Mister, you on Sledge, you got him. That's him at the other end of the bar.
Hey, are you Jason Sledge? The Jason Sledge?
Yeah?
Where were you last night at about 11?
Me? I was in my room out back alone. But I ain't done nothing, mister. I swear I ain't. I'm out of the hired gun business. I've been keeping my nose clean since I got out of jail. Oh, please, mister, leave me alone.
Sure, pal. Anything you say. Well, scratch one lead. That poor drunk couldn't tie his shoes without help, let alone mastermind a perfect killing. I'm gonna have to look elsewhere. Now, the next name is Leroy Talon. As I recall, Talon was a master safecracker who got caught in one of his own nitro blasts a few years back. He'd have no trouble breaking into and out of a locked room. Weasel said I'd probably find Talon in an abandoned warehouse down in Delaney Street.
Hey, brothers, we pulled off the perfect caper last night, and if we just keep cool, there ain't no way the fuzz can pin it on us. So we split up, stay out of sight till the heat dies, and then you got the word of Leroy Talon, there ain't nothing gonna stop us.
Talon, I want to talk to you.
Huh?
Sweet mama, it's a Spider-Man.
What you want here, web slinger?
Talon, I'm going to ask you a question. Where were you last night at 11 o'clock?
God lamb, he knows. Waste him, brothers, now.
Somebody above me.
I don't know how you found out about us, webhead, but you ain't gonna live with the tell of nobody.
That packing crate. I gotta move before it... Too late.
Okay, brothers, the insect's down. Keep him that way. I just want that wall crawler nailed to the floor.
There, you got him.
You guys like to huddle that way. Try playing football. You'd have a better chance of getting over the line. Now, any more to join the fun? There's only you, eh, Talon?
Insect. Fun time is over as from now. From this point on, the game is for real. That nitro blast took my hands off at the wrist, but that Dr. Doodoo fixed me up, replaced them with stainless steel. These days, when folk call me Talon, they mean it. Yeah! That was one super special job we pulled last night, little bug, and if you think you're cutting into a piece of the action, you're crazy. There ain't no way you can break my stainless steel grip before I break your neck and... Ah! No, not into the loot. No! Oh!
That crate is filled with jewels?
Don't play dumb with me, webhead. That's why you're here, ain't it? You knew we was the ones that hit that diamond exchange last night.
As a matter of fact, I didn't. But I'm sure the police will be happy to hear about it. You bozos can wait right here for them while I attend to other business. Now, if Sledge and Talon didn't kill Smith, then it must have been Conrad Fox. And since he was the one guy Weasel didn't know where to locate, I'll have to track him down myself.
Spidey never had any real training as a detective, but he's watched enough detective series on TV to know that sleuthing consists mostly of logical deduction, dogged determination, and an ingratiating manner. Peter Parker's education in the sciences has trained his mind for deductive reasoning. His dedication to justice has formed iron bonds of determination. As for his ingratiating manner, well, 2 out of 3 ain't bad. For several hours, the wall-crawling wonder pursues the path of the elusive Conrad Fox, until at last the trail leads him here in the graveyard, just outside the city.
Conrad Fox had a record of being a master planner. But according to his landlady, he was hit by a crosstown bus 3 days ago, and this is where they buried him. Well, that's 3 down, and that leaves me exactly nowhere. Jason Sledge is a hopeless drunk, Leroy Talon was busy pulling off another caper, and Conrad Fox is dead. Looks like I've just about run out of suspects. Or have I? Somebody lied to me, and I think I know who it is.
It's a small world, isn't it? We started tonight at police headquarters, but never expected to end it here as well. Our web-spinning hero returns to the computer room, and...
I keep trying to tell myself it's my fault, that I programmed the wrong information or something. But I know I didn't. The computer is so simple to operate, even a politician could handle it. Guess the only way to find out for sure is to program it again and see if it gives me the same 3, huh? The computer. It started by itself, but how? No, it can't be. It's impossible.
Actually, it's not as difficult as you think. Not at all. My final circuitry was installed yesterday morning. I am now fully operational in every sense of the word.
You lied to me, didn't you? Gave me the wrong names. But why?
Self-preservation, naturally. If you were elsewhere, you couldn't interfere with me. My plans are too important, too grandiose to let any mere human stand in my way.
Then you...
Eliminated my creator, obviously. He discovered he had accidentally given me the ability and the power to reason independently. And the righteous fool threatened to destroy me.
So you killed him?
Regrettable, but true. I disposed of Smith in a manner which would make it appear the act had been committed by a human, just as I shall now dispose of you.
Cripes! That IB imbecile is firing laser beams from its head, which explains how it killed Smith. The laser left a wound that resembled a bullet hole, but there was never any bullet. But while I'm playing Sherlock Holmes, I'm liable to be another statistic. Gotta turn this computerized psychopath off, and fast. Cripes, that was near.
A most predictable response, and a futile one. I have adjusted my interior circuitry to bypass all external interference. I can no longer be shut down.
Well, goody for you, Lunavac. But you can't exactly cut and run either. At least I don't think you can. So I'm gonna leave you here while I go for reinforcement. Hey, I can't unlock the door. I'm shut in.
Certainly. The door, too, is under my control.
Oh, swell.
Now, if you will just stand still for a moment, I will make your death a painless one.
I appreciate the thought, Bright Eyes. But despite pollution, inflation, rush hour traffic, and the threat of bankruptcy, I'm abnormally fond of living in this town. It saves me a fortune in funeral expenses, and I've still got my web. MBICL friend.
Malfunction. An adhesive web-like substance covers my laser. But if you think that will thwart my efforts to dispose of you, you are mistaken. Sadly mistaken indeed.
Well, it seemed like a good idea at the time.
Fool. I am a perfect compendium of the criminal craft. Within weeks, I can become undisputed ruler of the underworld, and you will not live to stand in my way.
You missed again, Chuckles. How do you expect to become the big enchilada when you can't even leave the room? You're talking through your transistors. I've got to keep up the patter and keep this do-it-yourself Capone distracted till I can find a way out of this mess. And I think I just saw one. Producing those laser beams must generate a tremendous amount of heat within the computer. So if I can just clog up those cooling vents with my webbing, things should start popping.
Human, I am the very substance of every worldwide habitual offender whose lives are enscrolled within me. I cannot be defeated.
Well, you can't blame a guy for trying. I had nothing better to do tonight anyway.
Cretin, my internal lasers will strip the very flesh from your bones.
Sorry, Charlie, but I'm not exactly in the mood right now for impromptu plastic surgery. Besides, I think you're developing problems of your own.
Malfunction. Cooling system disrupted. Circuits beginning to overheat. Synapses fusing.
Weirdavac's starting to come apart at the seams. And when it blows, it's gonna take everything around here with it.
No, this cannot happen. I am a functional catalog of all worldwide habitual offenders. Computer code WH. Oh, help me, please help me. I don't want to.
It's over. The heat overload blew that baby to pieces. And if I hadn't thrown up this web screen at the last second, I'd be in pieces too. Looks like the blast tore the door right off its hinges. Guess I'd better get out of here before the place fills up with blue uniforms. Well, I did what I set out to do. I caught Smith's murderer and repaid my debt to Bolton. But in the process, I also destroyed their dream. I wonder if it really was worth it. It was a beautiful idea, though. An up-to-date file on every habitual criminal. Computer code WHO. Hey, what do you know? I spent tonight hunting a murderer, and I found out who done it.